everybody. Welcome back to College Band Radio Live, brought to you by College Marching, sponsored by Flip Folder app. I hope everybody is doing well, staying healthy, and got a chance to listen to last week's episode where we celebrated programs from D2 and D3 schools. And make sure you also stick around this week for the episode where we have two very exciting interviews with Michael Gray from Dumoulin, and he kind of goes into the talk about his uniform design process, as well as a very interesting interview where we take a little deep dive into the wacky world of the scatter bands. But before we get too far into it, Alex, where can these lovely people find us?
Ooh, it's my turn this week. I like that. Okay, so if you guys haven't followed us on social media, we're in a couple of different places. We're obviously on YouTube, as you guys can see us right now. Just to make sure you subscribe, turn on those post noties, hit the bell, make sure to smash that like button, all the things that, you know, the stereotypical YouTubers would say. So make sure you guys subscribe to us here. Make sure you guys follow us here and stay up to date on what we're doing here. On our Twitter account, it's College Band RDO, because radio is one letter too long, so just RDO. It works like that. Make sure to follow us on Twitter as we continue to do things. That's where we'll be updating our Marching Madness bracket, at least for the last couple days, because Craig will get into that in just a second. And then on our Instagram, it is College Band Radio, all lowercase. So make sure you guys follow us there.
And if you forget any of those handles, just look up there. They're going back and forth up there. Just look up there. But yeah, like Alex said.
Hey, wait, Craig, if I'm doing this, does that mean that I'm pointing the right way?
That's the wrong corner.
This way?
Yeah, but you're on the wrong side of the screen. It's not. It just looks like you're pointing to the middle of the screen for you.
Go to the corner. Go to the top right corner. And there's a dog.
Hello, friend. Make sure you smash the like button for the dog. He appreciates all your support.
He does.
Smash the like button.
Annabelle is watching a dog this week, so that's why we have this furry friend over there.
The dog has no.
How is Pepper doing with
so
this?
Pepper is my kitten. Since I have the dog this week, I gave her to some family members, but she is very good. Her favorite pastime is now digging up all my plants. So that's been fun.
Nice.
But she's good. She's pretty big. I'll just send you guys a picture.
All right. Well, I guess now that we got the very important Pepper update out of there, let's go and check out our Marching Madness bracket. As our regulars know, we are now into the finals with the Final Four wrapping up. So as you may have seen on Twitter, the finals are set and ready, where Hey Baby will be taking on Seven Nation Army after Hey Baby pulled through and put Holiday to shame. I'm glad Hannah's not on right now, because it did not deserve to make it to the Final Four. She would be at my throat for saying
it. Should have made it to it should have made it to at least past the first round.
No. Look, I've got the bracket on the screen right now. Louis should have won. Louis should have won that first round matchup. No question about it. Anyway, now that we've lost all of our UNI fans,
it's okay.
Yeah, then there was the upset that a lot of people did not predict of Seven Nation Army pulling through by about 20% with that pretty significant victory over NEC. But
garbage.
Make sure you get out and vote, because the finals, the polls open Friday, I believe at noon, and close on Tuesday night. So make sure you vote, get your favorite song out there, and don't let Hey Baby flop. Don't let it flop. That's all we're saying.
Seven Nation Army didn't deserve to get into the finals either.
It didn't. Seven Nation Army did not deserve the finals. Alrighty.
Yeah, let's just give it to Hey Baby.
Yeah, Sean, it's sad. It's sad that NEC is not a contender for the. I honestly could have seen any of the three remaining, other than Holiday, winning it all. Between Hey Baby, Seven Nation Army, and NEC, I could have seen any of them win.
See, we should have tried to pull from our LSU base. Literally, just every LSU fan is like, this song sounds like NEC, which is probably an insult to everyone that's an LSU fan. But from what I've heard from band members, they basically play cadences that sound almost exactly the same as NEC without actually playing NEC, because for those that don't know, they can't play NEC because if they do, then they'll get a $50,000 fine because of the words that the other, the LSU
But
fans say.
isn't that a stadium rule? Isn't that the stadium that said that?
I thought it was an NCAA. See, I thought it was an NCAA rule because I know that other schools like Alabama, for example, plays Dixieland Delight, but the band doesn't play that. It's the stadium itself that plays the song over the loudspeakers, and then the people say the words to it as.
I might be wrong, but I thought that it was.
I thought it was an NCAA rule.
Stadium because we play it all the time.
No. I think it's specifically. Oh, it might.
Because I
we
think
also say the chant as well since we're Tigers.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe it's just an LSU rule.
Yeah, because there was definitely a thing at the national championship where people were like, "We're not in the stadium. Let's play neck."
I don't think that they played it though.
I don't think they did.
Yeah,
I think the
talked to
director
someone who was in the band.
Yeah.
And they said that they played a cadence very similar to neck, which I thought was neck, and they never actually played it though.
I don't know. If anybody is from LSU, let us know.
Hey, go Tigers.
But yeah. So that's what's going on there. But there's in the world of college band, there's something else that's kind of going on that's related to college, a cousin of college band, college basketball. Obviously, there's some.
Hey,
big
want to talk
stuff
about how
going on
crap
right
the Big Ten is?
Yeah, definitely. It's really hard to compare conferences when they don't play each other.
Yeah, we did it.
It's
okay. It's okay. Congrats to Gonzaga for making the national championship game.
Congrats to the Zags.
Yeah, because LSU's gonna lose by like 50.
Yeah.
Like it's not even a question. Gonzaga's the best team in the tournament right now, and I gave Illinois way too much credit, as we clearly saw, considering the fact that the Fighting Sister Jeans took them down in the round of 32. But Gonzaga's a very good basketball team with some very talented players.
The Big Ten is big sad right now.
Big sad.
That is what's going on. But Annabelle, what's going on in SEC land right now? We don't get that much input from there in our personal circles. What else is going on down there?
That is a great question. Ace is here to answer that for you.
I was gonna say, does the dog have any insight?
Right now, at least within the SEC, we've been having our spring games. I think it was the last weekend, the one before that, we had our spring games, Mizzou versus Mizzou. That was on SEC Network. So you can go watch all the SEC spring games on that. There's been very much volleyball. It's kind of been wrapping up with the second round of volleyball. And then softball is starting to come up. Unfortunately, we don't have a softball band. Kind of if we did, but there's a ton of
college softball is a lot of fun. College softball is some good stuff.
It is. Savannah, if she were on, she'd be able to talk about. I
have a terrible joke. Does Vanderbilt just not play a spring game? Because I think if Vanderbilt played Vanderbilt, then everyone who watched the game loses.
Yeah, it's true.
Sorry to Vanderbilt football, you're really bad.
but as a Rutgers alum and a Maryland alum, and let's be honest, also as a Mizzou student, we understand what it's like to have not the greatest programs. Although this year Mizzou was better. Mizzou was a
good team. Rutgers, like we won games.
Yeah.
Vandy didn't, so that means we're better.
Yeah, but we also
it isn't really saying much though, saying that you're better than Vandy.
No.
Yeah.
If you're better than Vandy baseball though, that's saying something, because if you guys have seen, quick aside, Vandy baseball, their top two starters both throw like 98 miles an hour, which is really scary. They're so good.
That's pretty fast. That's faster than I can run by a lot.
No dip, Sherlock. So what's been going on? So have you guys been able to go to volleyball games?
Yeah.
Okay.
So how it's kind of been working is the band, technically we get to go as an organized group, but we don't get to play during the volleyball games. That's just the NCAA rule. So then after all the fans leave, we then record our music, and then they play the recordings of the next game.
Okay.
We had our home game though like a week or two ago, and so I think we're going into a tournament, other stuff like that.
So I have a question about that. So is it just like, it's basically just like the basketball games, I'm assuming, and then B, does Mizzou have its own specific venue for volleyball? I think we might have discussed this, but
yeah. So right now, volleyball is played in the Hearn Center. So there's really the only people that use that. Yeah. So they have their own venue as well, and it's the same rules as basketball, but basketball's in the Mizzou Arena.
Okay. Gucci. Craig,
Yes.
Rutgers baseball is good. And
yeah,
I hate it.
in a crazy twist of events that
I wanna
nobody
talk
ever
about it.
expected.
Yeah, I didn't expect it. I mean,
Nobody.
at least we split
Rutgers basketball is like, or not basketball. Rutgers baseball is like historically, at least in recent history, ever since I've cared.
They're
pay
not
attention to
good.
it,
They're not
bad.
a good baseball team.
But like this year, they're winning games, which is
They're
really
like
nice to
above
see.
500, which is, I think they said that they were like 8-6, and that's the best start that they've ever had to start out a Big Ten season, which is kind of insane to think about because like 8-6, not that good.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you're above 500, but like you're barely above 500, and that's like the best start that they've had.
So
And I
it's
gotta
at
give
least
them
their best
credit,
season in the last 7 years now. I think, in the Big Ten.
7 years, somewhere around there. Yeah, I want Maryland baseball is poop right now, and
Yeah.
it's making me sad.
But it's okay. You know what? Greg Schiano is gonna turn Rutgers football around.
Greggy,
And
yes.
with that turning around, everything else will turn around too. And
That's what we
Rutgers
like.
will be the next just all-around national champion.
Well,
every
I have a
sport.
question. I have a question for both of you guys because we just talked about college basketball, and obviously the Final Four for both men's and women's basketball is now set. So if you guys want to check those out, I think I can recap them in my head. But if you guys want to check those out, you can check those out. But for the men's Final Four, the 4 teams that are in are Gonzaga will be playing UCLA, and Baylor will be playing Houston. Who do you guys have in both of those games, and who do you guys have winning it all?
I have Gonzaga in my draft, winning it all.
It's a good pick.
I had Gonzaga going to the championship all around, but I'd say for the Baylor game, I don't know why I'm saying the Baylor game because I'm picking Houston to win that one.
Baylor, Houston.
Yeah, although I think that honestly, watching the tournament, if we beat Houston, if
I know,
Rutgers
watching
beat
the
Houston,
tournament must
Rutgers
hurt
would have
so-
made it to the Final Four. I firmly believe, because
Wait.
every game that Houston played afterwards, we would have been at least very competitive in every single one of those.
I
I'm
feel
very
really
salty about
bad
that.
for you, Craig. Yeah, see, I knew that it was gonna hurt. Like there was gonna be a point.
At first, it didn't hurt. I was like,
No,
it was
it
our
takes
first,
a little
our
bit.
first
It
year in
takes
the
a little
tournament
bit.
in 30 years. Our first tournament win in 38 years. We got one. We made it to the round of 32. But then, we lost that game. It was a close game. It was a well-fought game. We made some stupid mistakes down the stretch that really cost it for us. And I was upset, but whatever. But then watching the Syracuse game, and I was like, we could have beaten this team. And it's just, come on.
Trust me, it hurts. It starts to
It
like
does.
like the fact that Maryland didn't beat Alabama, and then literally the next game they played UCLA and had a terrible game. I was like, that's the game that we needed to beat Alabama. And then we got the worst version of Alabama for us, and then we lost. And then I was like, pain.
Yeah.
It didn't hurt as much as the women's tournament though. Women's tournament.
Yeah, Alex is still in pain over that one.
Maryland lost to Texas, and then Texas lost to South Carolina and didn't score a point in the fourth quarter and lost by like 30. And I'm so happy that they lost because I wish nothing but bad things for the University of Texas athletics program.
Anyway,
Sorry.
Mizzou
I have beef with
also
Texas.
didn't fare too well in the tournament this year. But at least y'all
And
made
we all
it.
got in.
Yeah,
we all got in, though.
You made it, which is the most important part.
So, okay. So then women's tournament. I think it's UConn. Who is it?
They win.
UConn.
UConn wins.
I was going to say UConn, Arizona, South Carolina, and Stanford, I think, are in.
I don't know that stretch since that was a treat.
So you're picking Stanford?
No, I do pick UConn.
Okay.
But every time someone said Stanford, I always have to think about how their mascot's a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how
Yeah, that's a
funny
good
that
point.
is.
And if you want to hear more about their mascot being a tree, make sure you tune in on Friday when the episode comes out.
Yeah, we love Stanford trees.
We love
Shout
we
out
love the
NCAA
plug, too.
football 14.
Great Great game. If you play mascot mode, you
great
get to watch trees throw footballs. It's
Oh, trees throw footballs out of places where they don't have hands. It's great.
But yeah, so let's see.
So it's consensus UConn.
Yeah, UConn wins. UConn is always the best team. Every year I pick UConn.
They should have lost to Baylor. There was that one call at the end of the game that wasn't called, and I think that there was another thing that there were a couple questionable calls, but I mean Paige Beckers is the best player in college basketball.
Yeah, I mean nobody's really doubting that one. But yeah, we
pain.
I kind of stopped watching the tournament, both tournaments after Rutgers was eliminated. It was painful
so for
2
you,
days.
for the women's tournament, that was literally day one.
No, I think it was day 2.
They lost the first game.
Did they? Oh yeah, they did because they started after they started the.
So
day
maybe they
after.
lost in day 2. Other than that,
Yeah, I think it was that they lost in day 2. Oh, but it's still round 1, day 2, because tournaments are weird.
That's poop.
Yeah. Oh well.
That sucks.
You know what?
We got next year though. There's always next year.
There's always next year, except that a couple players are transferring, including one of our leading scorers.
Oh.
Well, so Arella Garantes, she's great, but she's a senior. She's graduating. She's not staying her extra year that she gets.
She might go into the WNBA. She's
she
good.
Probably will. She's amazing. She's a great basketball player. And then we also had a freshman who is a star player, Diamond Johnson, who is transferring out. So that's gonna hurt us a little bit.
That's not good. Well, you got it. Y'all got it.
Have you guys seen the statistics for everyone going into the transfer portal?
No.
No.
What do you
So
mean?
so right now, like for Mizzou, I don't know of any student, any of our player stuff that hasn't put themselves in the portal. Let me see. So right now we only have, I'm looking at the stats right now. Right now we only have 3 of our players that's not going into the portal. So since they lifted the restrictions due to COVID, there's thousands of players going into it, but there's only 300 teams. I don't know if you guys have seen any of your guys going into the portal, but there's at least 3 to 5 from our team that are kind of testing all the water.
Yeah, I think we have a couple players. I think there's one player that's going into the portal to actually transfer. Miles Johnson, he's going into, but his focus is getting his degree in a master's in electrical engineering. So he's not if he gets to a place where he can
he's
play
an
basketball,
engineer?
Yeah.
He's an engineer? No way.
If you've ever watched a Rutgers game on the Big Ten Network, they love to talk about how Miles Johnson is an engineer. I don't know what they're gonna do next year when we don't have him anymore. And he's likely not going to be at a Big Ten school. He's probably going to be going to I don't know, Stanford or maybe MIT or something like that.
Smart man.
Yeah, he's a really. I mean, he's a genius.
Yeah, so it shows. I'm reading the article about it. 5 of our players so far have entered the transfer portal since the season ended.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, because I guess
I wonder what happened.
I don't
just
think anything
nah,
drama-wise, but since they do have the extra eligibility, because I know we're also trying to get new players, so I think our coach was just don't come back, we're just here to just play basketball, for fun, because he's also focused on your degree. So I think a lot of them are transferring out where they can maybe play a little.
Okay.
But yeah, all of our big players have also. A lot of them are going to the draft though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think right now we only have 3 players so far who haven't said that they're going into the transfer portal.
I hope for their sake that
they're of course not all gonna transfer out. Just because I said there's thousands of people doing it.
Yeah.
And of course there's only 200, 300 schools.
Yeah.
That they can really go into.
And I know Rutgers has one other player who's entering the portal, but he's kind of just testing the waters. But he kind of is expecting to get drafted. Jacob Young. Honestly,
he's not going to get drafted.
I don't think he will either. But
there's only 60 guys who get drafted a year. I think that Ron Harper Jr. has a chance of getting drafted in.
But
I
don't think he's entering the draft this year. I don't think.
He's not entering the draft?
I don't think so.
Is he a junior or a senior?
He's a junior. There's there's been a lot of talk over the past 2 years of him entering, but I don't think he had a good enough season where he's comfortable entering the draft, because this season from like December, from the very end of December through February, he was in a massive slump. So that's gonna. Really
I do know that he wasn't a pretty big slump. Here, let me go check. Let me go check here.
But
I don't see him here.
Speaking of seniors possibly returning, and waiting on other things, I know there's at least 2 players that are waiting on some big news that kind of started off today. Or didn't start off. That took place today, or started taking place today, which is Geo Baker from Rutgers and Jordan Bohannon from Michigan. No, Iowa. Why did I say Michigan? Iowa. Yeah, not Michigan.
Are they staying?
So Geo, I don't think has announced anything at all. Jordan Bohannon said that he's not sure what he's doing, but if the bill passes, which today the opening arguments at the Supreme Court on like, is it even legal? Like between the players and the NCAA, is it even legal for them to get paid for their name, image, and likeness, and the amateur status and all that? That all went down today. I was trying to focus on my work, but I had the C-SPAN feed going on in the background.
I feel that.
Because I was honestly more interested in that than trying to understand what was going on at work. Don't tell my boss. Ryan, if you're listening, you heard nothing. Anyway, so
Ryan heard that you were a hard worker and a fantastic person.
Exactly.
I got you, Craig.
Yeah, so that's some kind of big news about the name, image, and likeness deal, because it's historic, and either way, it's going to be a very big event for college sports.
Are you guys both also in favor of it, or?
Yeah, I mean, I think that players.
Yeah, I'm in
no
favor
reason
of it.
that players shouldn't get paid for their name. Like, I don't think that players should get paid by the university to play. But I think, if you're a star player and you're used in promo material, you should get, you should
100%.
Compensated.
Because, I mean, in a sense, they are. I mean, if you want to use the argument in terms of like, I would rather not the universities pay the players, because they're already paying the players technically in terms of giving them a full academic scholarship to go there. So why can't they have the ability to make money off their own likeness? Like, I think at Nebraska, the one thing that and this was maybe like a year or two ago, the 2 most followed players on the campus were Adrian Martinez, who was the quarterback of the football team, and then Lexi Sun, who was the best player on the volleyball team. And Nebraska has one of the best volleyball programs in the country. So there are places where, like, a girl like Paige Beckers at UConn is going to be one of the most popular and followed athletes at that specific university. And it's not just going to be, no one cares about UConn football because they're non-existent. So they're going to follow the women's basketball team because that's the best team on campus. Yeah. They're going to follow like people at Vanderbilt are going to go follow the Vanderbilt baseball team. They're going to go follow Kumar Rocker because he's the best athlete on campus. That's like, not every school, the best team is the football team. That's why this makes sense, because there are players in other sports that are much better that should be able to make money off their likeness and don't have the ability to do that.
Yeah. And like, one thing for me is that, I, as an amateur, when I was, now I'm a professional software engineer. I was an amateur software developer when I was in school, just making stuff for, my own personal use. Or if somebody would ask me to make something, which happened a few times, don't mean to toot my own horn. But I was an amateur software developer. If somebody came and asked me for help, I could help them and they could financially compensate me. But if you go and ask a basketball player, hey, can you help me with my shot? Can you help me just kind of clean this up a little bit? And they're like, sure. And then you're like, oh, word, let me buy you dinner for that. Then all of a sudden they're kicked out of the NCAA.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah.
That's the stupid part of it, which is, I mean, like, I hope that it's great, because I really hope that, like, players that I was talking about, players of sports that that don't get the same amount of traction as other places, like at UCLA, where the gymnastics team is one of the best teams on campus, and the water polo team, and beach volleyball, and then at Georgia, where the men's tennis team is one of the best teams on campus. Like, it's going to be really, really cool. And then at like Wisconsin, where like the women's hockey team and the men's hockey team are two of the best teams on campus. It's going to be cool to see those players get compensated because no one knows about them, and they're finally going to get that recognition.
Well, I mean, I don't think recognition is the word, but I see where you're going with, because, I mean, they're getting the recognition, but they're not getting the reward with the recognition.
Well, I think that the reward will come with more recognition, because I think if they have the ability to do that, then they'll be able to do more with it. Because, like,
I would say that, I mean, right now this school is probably, without being allowed to pay the players for their, or without paying the players for their.
Well, I hope that they're doing as much as they can.
They're probably, taking advantage of it, using them as much for promo. I think if the bill passes, they're gonna stop using current players and start just using stock footage that they have in their libraries built up of past players that they can just pull out and be like, they aren't a player. We don't have to compensate them. It's just an image that we own.
Yeah, that's stupid.
But that would be might be good if it doesn't come out of the university itself.
Yeah.
Because if it does come, then the university's not going to use it. But if it does come from elsewhere, then it might be nice.
Yeah, and I know Iowa is voting on the bill right now, or not right now, but I think within the week. And like I said earlier, they're at the national level in the Supreme Court. They're discussing the legalities of it all. And so within the next few weeks, there's definitely going to be some news about that. And I'm really excited to see how it plays out. Fingers crossed.
Best of luck to the athletes. # not my, what is it? Not NCAA property.
Yeah.
Damn straight. I am 100% for that.
I am really tired today.
Y'all, I have a question for everyone here, because tomorrow is supposed to be a national holiday, but they somehow haven't made it a national holiday yet because the people of this country are stupid and don't know what's good for them. Major League Baseball opening day is tomorrow, the best day of the year. It's an unofficial holiday. Everyone should take off for it. Who is everyone rocking with?
The most important day of the year is May 4th, the beginning of minor league baseball, at least for the Somerset Patriots. Woo!
Get patriotic. Who are minor league affiliated now with they're now officially affiliated with minor league baseball and the New York Yankees.
They are.
So that's pretty cool. But who y'all rocking with this year? Who are y'all teams? Yeah.
Gotta root for my local ones, of course. That way their taxes go back into my school. So of course the Kansas City Royals and the
Oh God!
Your phone does not want you to.
Not gonna lie, that's a synopsis of the Royals season last year.
And the Cardinals, of course. I'm like where I'm from. I'm right in the middle between the Cardinals and Royals. So
we'll allow you to root for both.
Course, where Craig is, it's all going to be Kansas City Royals. Can't speak of the Cardinals down there, but in St. Louis, they have an amazing home base. So. For me, I like both of them. I do have more cards here, though, so I don't know.
I'm really hoping that the Royals at least get off to a bad start, so that tickets are cheap, so that I can at least get to a game or two.
I can guarantee you.
Hey, you never know. I mean, you could have guaranteed me that Rutgers baseball was going to suck this year too.
Yeah, but that's different because they only play like a 30-game season. This is a 162-game season.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like early on. Games. Like early season games.
They're not going to change the prices of the tickets.
Back. That way we can get the Super Bowl. We can get our hockey.
Right, tickets are going to be cheap. Baseball. You can just find them online.
Yeah, I know. But
if they're cheap.
Cheaper,
I haven't been out.
Then that's better.
That is true. I haven't been out to Kaufman for a game yet. That's the Royal Stadium. Big fan.
I've never been there.
Neither have I.
I want to go there. And I haven't been out to Busch Stadium yet. That's where the Cardinals play. Really want to go there.
Neither have I.
Well, maybe you'll get there. Craig, I think I know what team you're rocking with, considering that they are currently affiliated with your favorite minor league team, I would assume.
I'm going to be honest. I'm very indifferent to Major League Baseball, but if somebody asks me, I do say I'm a Yankees fan.
Okay, I respect that.
But I frankly do not care about Major League Baseball.
That's
For me,
fine.
I'm all about the minor leagues. I used to be all about the Atlantic League. Now the Patriots are no longer affiliated with the Atlantic League. They are now affiliated with...
Well, we need more people like you, Craig, because minor league baseball just had a weird shake-up, and a bunch of teams in a bunch of different places lost affiliations, and a lot of different cities lost that economic, like that like, I'm trying to think of the right word for it, but like they lost that big part of their economy because they lost these different teams. So it's good to see people get more invested in minor league baseball, because there would be no Major League Baseball without minor league baseball. That's where the stars of today, that's where they get better. That's where they improve. So it's extremely important.
And then my backup team is the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp.
The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp.
I've
seen their stadium before in Jacksonville.
I've never
and
seen their
sick.
stadium. I've never been to a game. I've never even watched a game of theirs.
But
I once met somebody from Jacksonville who loves the Jumbo Shrimp. And he was a really funny
is their
dude.
mascot a big jumbo shrimp?
I think so.
I hope
So
they have like a physical mascot where someone has to dress up.
what I will tell you is that they are either the AA or AAA affiliate of the Marlins. They're one of the two. Their logo is of a jumbo
What's your
shrimp.
dog? And you're like, oh, I'm a jumbo shrimp. Like
there are some, like, for example, there's a couple fun names. The Rocket City Trash Pandas is a new name for this year. It's a new minor league team. The Rocky Mountain Vibes was on last year, which the mascot was a s'more, like a marshmallow that was on fire, and its name is Toasty. That was the name of the mascot, and it's a pretty cool mascot, not gonna lie. It's literally just like a marshmallow with like s'more stuff on the side, and then it actually on fire, which is pretty cool. But like the fire is the hair.
My favorite mascot, I mean, as you can guess, is gonna be the Patriots. But his name is General Admission, and he's it's a costume of like
I love
like
it.
a revolutionary general. He's a
that
patriot,
name.
but he's a Revolutionary War general, but it's General Admission. And then there's the dog Sparky and his brother Slider, which I don't know when Slider got added into the mix, but it must have been more recently. My nose
just
is
have a new
I need to
dog.
trim my mustache. I need to shave off my face. I need to shave it all off.
Well, I mean, I will say for me, my team is the Tampa Bay Rays, the reigning AL champions. I don't know what they should have done in the World Series, but they didn't win the World Series. That's fine.
Well, they should have won it.
I mean, no, because the Dodgers were the better team. But like, I am
Well, they still should have pulled the upset.
Freaking excited. Yo, if y'all haven't, I mean, I'm not going to say none of y'all are Rays fans on here, so it's fine. I'm not going to even try to promote it. But, I mean, yeah, no, baseball is fun. It's going to be back. That's all I got on that. I just wanted to talk about it because I was like, this is like the only time that I'll be able to talk about opening day because it happens once a year.
Hey, you'll be able to talk about it tomorrow, just not on the live show.
Yeah, that was the whole point.
Or next week, you can talk about how your opening day was. Maybe, dude, you're asking too much from me. Yeah. You're asking too much from me, Craig. Alrighty. Well,
anyone saying anything fun in the comments, or we all pooped out for this episode?
All we got in the chat right now is a message from Sean Decker saying neck and then a crying emoji, and then Hannah saying also Loyola is better and better than anyone gave them credit for, which jumping way back like 10 conversations, yeah, sure, but we've moved on from that. That was at 6:07, and it is now 6:34 Central.
Hey, we still love Sister Jean though. Loyola was a good team this year.
Rip the
you only
3-bit
picked them
Valley.
to go 2 rounds though.
Yeah, I kind of I didn't expect them to be as good as they were, because
you only used the power of God and anime for 2 rounds.
Yeah.
This memes are funny.
Yeah, I did not expect them to play on the Lord's Day where they had that extra power.
The extra power of Jesus himself. He came down and said, "Let there be light." Cameron Crutwig.
But yeah, one of the worst days of the year is fast approaching, the last day of college basketball.
It's okay, Craig.
I know.
We'll be here for you.
But
we'll
it's
be
okay.
Here to give
It's
you
okay. I mean,
hugs.
very soon after minor league baseball starts. So whatever.
Ooh, less than a
about
month.
Not. It's a little more than a month.
No, but once the national championship comes around, then it'll be less than a month. Yeah.
Do we got anything else?
Anything else interesting happening with Ace?
Right now he's looking out the back door at the dogs in the neighborhood. So he's been vibing all day, I think, swiping out getting tours.
Well, that's good.
Well,
that's good. I don't got anything else, Craig. You got anything else?
I don't think so. So on that note,
go baseball.
Yeah. Also, make sure you go follow us on social medias. Right up there, Twitter @CollegeBandRDO. It's gonna change in 1 second. Come on, disappear, Twitter. Disappear. Get off the screen.
This is not good.
There we
for
go.
an
There, it's gone. Now, come on. There's the Instagram @CollegeBandRadio. It's our name. Just follow us.
And then on the YouTube.
Those. Yeah,
subscribe
obviously, go
to
down
us
there.
here.
Click that big red subscribe button.
Yeah, give us a fat subscribe, please.
Make sure to ring the notification bell. Hit the like button. All the things that all the YouTubers say. Make sure you stick around. We got a really good episode coming out this Friday. I'm really excited.
It's a very enjoyable episode. You're going to love it.
It's a great one. Make sure you stick around for it. Follow us on all of your platform, on all of the platforms. Whatever your favorite podcasting app is, find us there. College Band Radio. You know what it is. I've said it like a billion times. Alex said it. Annabelle said it. It's all over the screen.
We love it. We love it.
You're a smart person.
It's a good vibe.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. Do you got anything else?
I don't got anything else.
All
everyone enjoy yourselves. Have a happy opening day. If you're going to watch baseball, enjoy the rest of the Final Fours. And from all of us, stay safe, stay healthy. Please wear a mask, and we'll talk to you guys